Good afternoon and welcome to today's session of Imagine America Radio, our continuing career college exposition webinar series. My name is Bob Martin and I'm with the Imagine America Foundation. Joining me on today's session of Imagine America Radio is my foundation colleague, Lee Doubleday. Lee and I are excited about today's topic, education and training opportunities for 2022 graduates, sponsored by YTI Career Institutes. YTI has 3 campuses located throughout Pennsylvania in Altoona, Lancaster, and York. YTI Career Institute is also a 15-year sponsor of the Imagine America Scholarship Award programs, having provided admissions-based financial aid to more than 5,000 enrolling Imagine America students. Without taking valuable time from our presenter, let me refer any and all inquiries about the Imagine America Foundation to our website, www.imagine-america.org, or you can call or email either Lee or myself.
Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains a leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces a serious shortage in certified technicians. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country, desperately looking for qualified employees, so we need to do more. Our partner in today's presentation again is YTI Career Institute, and joining us today to discuss in detail the looming technician shortage and how YTI is helping meet this need is Jack Burke. Jack is YTI's Director of Marketing and Admissions and has been working with high schools for over 20 years, so you're in great hands today. But before turning the program over to Jack, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum. All participants can submit questions while the presentation is in session via the Q&A feature in this Zoom meeting or the chat feature. At the end of the presentation, or approximately 2:25 p.m., I will then present any questions offered by the participants, and we'll address as many questions as possible and provide written responses and follow-up emails if necessary. We will have a hard close at 2:30 p.m. to be respectful of your time. So without taking any more time out of today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Jack Burke. Jack, the floor is yours.
Great. Thanks very much, Lee, and welcome everybody. I think you're going to enjoy this. I hope you're going to enjoy this. The half hour goes by very, very quickly. So we wanted to make sure that we jump into this quick. Lee, do I have control of the presentation?
Should be able to, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So, okay.
There we go.
Okay, it's going backwards now. Let me get up to the top. Okay. Here we go. Little technology. We're just a technology school, so it's so funny. I mean, I've been doing this for so many years, and it's so funny anytime something goes wrong. It's but anyway, thanks everybody for joining the presentation. I promise you that this will be a half hour really worth your time. I've got a lot of information to talk to you about. This particular industry right now has gone through a metamorphosis over the last 4, 5, 6 years. Of course, and we've been shoulder to shoulder with Bob and Lee and Imagine America through the choppy waters. And it is so exciting to be in any type of career education in anything that has pertinence to the job market, like electrical, medical, dental, heating and air conditioning, business courses, health courses. It's so exciting in our industry. So without further ado, let's kind of jump into it. The agenda is basically I want to welcome you and I want to congratulate you. You're all top-notch professionals in education, very, very familiar with what goes on in the I just literally 5 minutes got off the phone with the high school program in Connecticut, Newtown, Connecticut. I'm actually calling you from Connecticut today, and spent some time with some of the councils over there. It's been a huge part of my life for many years, and I really respect you as professionals in the field and all that you do, seen and unseen. And honestly, most of it is unseen. So you're heroes. Who is YTI Career Institute? I'm going to go over that quickly with you. What programs do we offer? There'll be 2 slides per program. The first slide will talk a little bit about what the program consists of, curriculum-wise and that type of thing from a very high level. And then the second slide is really important. It has the tuition, the length of the program, the growth over the next 10 years, and some of the statistics and things like that. So that'll be 2 slides per program. There are approximately 17 majors, so I will be speaking quickly. Just a little fun fact here. I remember I used to do a real lot of public speaking. I used to think all the time, man, I am talking quick. And then I had one of my friends who was a teacher, by the way. They said, Jack, a human mind can absorb and calculate and take in about 425 words a minute. And I kind of like timed you, and you're only 350. So go ahead, So I'm just going to kind of hit the pedal to the metal. I'm going to go quick. I've got a lot to talk about. What are the programs? What is our process? Our admissions process is really very easy. It's all online. It's very intuitive. The students go to an application portal. In that application portal, they're able to submit their application, take the Wonderlic assessment, review our catalog, and then also within that portal, we link them with our educational funding department, the all-important place where they'll find the finances to go to school. And it's there that they'll go over their financial aid paperwork, their FAFSA application. We help and coach them, showing them what links to go into and how to do it. They do it all on their own. Of course, we don't help them do it. That's illegal. But we coach them and show them this is the link that you go to. This is how you proceed and fill out your FAFSA. They fill out their FAFSA. They fill out their FSA ID. They get back what they call an EFC, an estimated family contribution, and then you're kind of like in the educational funding world. And your student in there will be working with top-notch professionals. They all know exactly where to go and what to do and help the parents and help in all those complicated situations with the money aspect of it. And we walk them through that as well. So it's all within the application portal. I strongly recommend that if you have any seniors right now that are interested, they do start applying. Of course, they're all applying now anyway, right? You want to make sure that they get a seat in class. Our next classes start. We have a class starting in July. We have a class starting in August, and then we have a class starting in October for the high school seniors. We have actually 5 starts a year, the ones that usually the seniors gravitate towards in the summer and then the fall. Questions and answers at the end, as Lee had mentioned. All right. So again, congratulations for all you do and for all your students do. It is okay to set your sights on careers in the healthcare, computers, and skilled trade fields. 4 or more year majors at large college campuses, they're not for everybody. They are for many, but they're not for everybody. And then career education and training in 2021, now 2022 and on, is much more than a consolation prize. And I've always looked at it this way to keep things really simple. High school senior comes out. What are their options? They can go to a 2-year college, a 4-year college, the military. They could do on-the-job training. There's some apprenticeship programs. They may scrap all of that and go work on an oil rig off the coast of Texas. They could do on carpentry, landscaping that doesn't they can learn on the job, OJT type of stuff, and they can come to schools like ours, like YTI, and there's no one bill fits all, and you as pros can see a lot of times students will do a little bit of both. They'll go and they'll take a year of a community college. Then they'll decide, it's taken too long. I want to get to business. Then they come to a school like ours. They come in, they come out sometimes as quickly as in 9, 10 months, a year, 18 months. They're in, they're out, and then they've got a career that they can really hang their hat on. Some go to the 4 more year colleges, and that's fine too. I mean, obviously, it's very, very important. So we fill a bill, a specific part of the educational landscape. We know where we're places. We stay on our lane, and for that's why I've been here for as many years as I have. It's a great ethical school that puts a student into the right program where they fit if they want to be there. So sometimes schools, they get a bad reputation. They're overly aggressive. We're not. We want to make sure it's a good fit for the student and it's a good fit for us. And that's what you want. I know you do. My mother was a high school guidance counselor. So I'm totally aware of how invested you are in these students and how many lives are. They're so complicated. So anyway, 5 great things about YTI. South Central PA born and raised, technical education since '67, flexible career training programs. That's all important today. Teams to support you, and then the accreditation. We are accredited by the Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges, ACCSC, real important. It allows us to be eligible to give our students Title IV funding. So yes, we're nationally accredited. Our mission is to support committed students in achieving the technical education. Our values are professionalism, integrity, trust, and accountability, teamwork, excellence, relationships, and having fun. And of course, our goal when a student comes to a school like YTI is like any school really that costs something, if they're putting money on the table and time on the table, we want their experience to, number one, be something that they enjoy, having a little fun, something that they enjoy. And then when they graduate, where's that value add? Where do they go from there? And so those are the things that we look at as far as values. Our vision is to grow with quality and integrity. We're constantly growing, adding new programs, campuses, all types of things. Really dynamic company. We have the 3 campuses, as Bob mentioned, in Altoona, York, and Lancaster here. We also have 9 campuses in New England under the name of Porter and Chester Institute. I'm a senior team member, and I actually work with the high school program in all 3 states. So with the 12 campuses, and those of you, that are from the York and Lancaster area, I spent many trips down there, going across that bridge and taking corn back to my wife in the Hartford area. I love Pennsylvania. Where are our graduates working? All right, our graduates are working in just about every field you can think of. Big companies, small companies, private companies, working for the state. I mean, all types of things within their major. I strongly recommend that you go to yti.edu. That's our website. And there you'll be able to take a deep dive on career services and get some nice video testimonials from employers and graduates and such. So there's a lot of good information in there for you. This is just a small example. Our career services division is integral in helping shape our curriculum because we have meetings throughout the year with employers, and employers come and tell us, this is really what we'd like to see your graduate come out. If they're in CAD, they should be, could they learn 3D modeling? And can if you're in medical assisting, what kind of we're using ICD-10 right now, not ICD-9 for the coding and the CPT coding and things. So they keep us fresh with the ideas of what the graduate should be eligible to do when they graduate. So we pull that into our curriculum, making them ready for the job force. Full-time career services, they're invested with our students because they work directly for the school. We do not outsource our placement. And I'm not against anything. I love everybody, but there are some schools that outsource their placement. That's not good. I mean, that means that when the students come up for graduation, they just pick up the phone, they call a staffing agency, they say, here's another 50 students. These are their numbers, and there you go. When they come to a school like ours, we work directly with them one-on-one. And actually, we work in career services from day 2. They start and they get their laptop and all that type of stuff. Day 2, we're already talking to them about what do you want to do when you graduate? We're working on some of the soft skills and stuff. And by the way, it's lifetime placement. They can come back as many times as they want. I will point out, we do not guarantee a job and we do not guarantee financial aid. Those are the 2 you can. And if you ever have a school that does that, I would tell your student to run away, go in another direction. We don't guarantee a job and we don't guarantee financial aid. We do work with our students really, really hard to help them find the career that they've been trained for. All of our placement rates, all of our graduation rates and everything, they're all published and they're in our catalog. They're all published on our website. You can find them there as well and that type of thing. So without further ado, let's jump into the majors. We have a business major, a culinary major, and a computer major. We have a healthcare, we have skilled trades, and the way that and of course we have the medical healthcare, and then how they will learn. So our delivery of the education is hybrid 1, hybrid 2, and online. Now the hybrid 1, of course, is delivered the didactic portion through learning online and then labs on campus. And then sometimes there are clinical rotations and that type of thing and externships afterwards. So when you look down below the hybrid 1, you'll see 2 majors, respiratory and then vet, the vet tech and then respiratory. So these are the hybrid 1. As I just described a couple of minutes ago. The hybrid 2, these are the courses that are under the hybrid 2, and they're delivered again with the hybrid format, didactic instruction occurring online, hands-on labs occurring on campus, and a final term externship occurring off campus. And you can see there's a lot of programs in that as well. And then finally, online. These courses are delivered online, 100% online. Business, computer-aided drafting, computer data management, health information, and then medical billing and coding. Come on, here we go. All right, so business operations and management. So what basically the courses are delivered online. Their social media integration, selling techniques, operating efficiency, inventory control methods, and supply chain management. It's a degree program. We have an associate's degree program and we have diploma programs. This particular one is an ASAB, Associates of Specialized Business. And the tuition is $28,576, 20 months long. And you can look over on the right-hand side there. You can see it's steady growth. Computer-aided drafting and design, how to use AutoCAD software, 3D modeling, utilizing 3D printing, and how to draw residential layouts in commercial buildings. There's your tuition, your length, and again, the career outlook. I'm sorry, it's we have this the graphs. Some of the graphs are pretty heavy. Okay, what can I learn? Installation, configuration, maintenance, installation, router setup, configuration, cybersecurity, lot of cloud work, banks, supermarkets. People laugh when I say that. It's supermarkets, restaurants, insurance companies, school systems, as we know. Everywhere you go, we have so many graduates have so many opportunities when they come out of this major. It's unbelievable, and they make a really good living. Some of them are quite young and they're doing very, very well when they come out, and they're so good at it, so smart at it. They come in with some great skills, and we can really build on that. And this is a really, really great major. There's your tuition. So for 20 grand in 20 months. They could really be ready to really do something with their life. Culinary restaurant management. This is important for two reasons. Of course, it's all about the cooking, and it's really, they learn how to cook, just everything. They're fantastic cooks by the time they graduate. They figure out how to work with stocks and sauces and all types of cooking methods and such. Yes. And we also tag that with the management aspect of it, which I believe is very important, because most restaurants, they'll tell you, most restaurants don't make it. They go out of business. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's not good. It's over 50% never make it because they don't understand the cost involved. We want our graduates coming out from a culinary program and taking an interview at, say, a restaurant or something like that, or a resort or wherever they end up, and say, look, I understand that there's not huge margins on a plate of spaghetti or on a salad or whatever you're doing here. I understand there's profit and losses, P&L, there's all types of expenses involved in running an operation. Why I say that is it's very, very powerful when you can sit across. If you think of yourself, you're a boss, you're sitting across and you're thinking, man, I have got to keep my restaurant moving forward. I got to get customers. I need people that really believe in my mission. And then you have one of our graduates from YTI sit across and say, I understand that you're doing this because you like it, but you're also doing this to make an income. And I understand profit and loss. I understand waste. I understand the importance of treating customers correctly. So we build up referrals and all that type of thing. So the management key piece, I hear it all the time, how glad they are that they have that management and that mindset. So there's your tuition, there's the length of the program, and 6% growth. Dental assisting, this is front office and back office. So this means that the student, when they graduate and they go to a dentist's office, some of them, as we know, you have Aspen and Columbia and all these big conglomerates now that select group and these things. They have the big dental offices, and then you have some of the smaller offices. Doesn't matter. They have a front and they have a back. So a dental assistant can actually work in either place. So they can manage the front of a dental office, and then they can also be right back in there with the dentist. They can be taking x-rays and working with the different procedures and things like that. So they're well-rounded. Now, some of the graduates go out there and they say, I never want to go out and set an appointment with somebody. I don't want to interact with insurance companies and vendors, stuff like that. I just really love to sit with people and work and help the dentist. And they work in the back. That's fine. But they always have that, and it helps them get hired sometimes. So for $17,000, the tuition $17,000, it's only 10 months long. So you see what I mean now? It's $17,000 is a lot of money, but not in the scope of things and thinking about education with some of the student loans that people have. And then in 10 months, they actually have a career. Expanded function dental assisting is something that you put on top of a dental assistant. And the requirement and prerequisite for that is 2 years in the field, or BCDA accredited. And they come and they take this. It's a short program, a couple of times a week, $3,200. And then it's something that they bolt onto their dental assisting. And the dentists like it, and it makes them just one step up. Electrical technology is electrical. It's fundamentals of electrical. It's industrial wiring, commercial wiring. A lot of times, I pause here and I just say, I know math is really hard. It was hard for me when I went to high school and when I went to get my other degree. Yeah, it was hard. It was real hard. I'm not a math guy, and a lot of students aren't when they come in and they're afraid of Ohm's law and the algebraic formulas, and they're concerned. And all I can say is it just like everything else, it's applied math. So volts equals amps times resistance. Okay, it's going to be an applied situation, and they find very quickly that it's an algebraic formula, and once they get that formula down, it's going to be the same formula that they're going to have today and 25 years from now when they're still working in the electrical field. So once they get that down, it's like everything else, they get very confident and very happy about that. And so that's an important thing. Again, here's a tuition. It's 9 months long, and it's a great field. Electronics, this is a low voltage program, so it's more around the videos type of thing, home entertainment rather, security systems, fire alarm systems, things like that. Health information is working with management of records, medical records, insurance claims, different types of coding, interaction with the insurance companies. Huge, again, I'm going to the business aspect, huge part of any healthcare office, no matter who you are. Whether you're a dentist, a podiatrist, no matter whether you're orthopedics, whatever it is, when you're in the healthcare field, you got to get those claims. You got to get them correctly processed. You have to have money coming in to pay your rent, do your thing. And if it's a HMO or something like that, or working for a hospital, likewise, it's a business. And moving that health information is so key. HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration, it's huge, as we know, in Pennsylvania, all across the country. Tuition is $18,660, 12 months long. And then they're able to go out and do gas, oil, refrigeration, air conditioning. Refrigeration is huge too, walk-in coolers, ice machines, restaurant business, things like that. And then of course the heating and the gas and the oil furnaces and such. Medical assistant, similar to dental, in that it has a front and back office. Medical assistant would be things like phlebotomy, drawing the blood type of thing, sterilization of equipment, vital signs, as well as being able to do appointments and understanding the terminology and things like that. Medical billing and coding, totally online. Again, it's the same idea. It's how to create the medical records, how to manage insurance claims, and then how to successfully code. A lot, as we all know, it's happened to me. I know it's happened to probably most of you, is that you were coded wrong when you went and had a medical something done for your medical, and they coded it wrong, and all of a sudden it happened to me a while ago, a couple of years ago, and I got a bill for it was a lot. It was a couple of $1,000. And I was like, my heart, what the heck is this? And then I didn't panic. I just called the office, and they said, wait a second, oh, we coded that wrong. No, it's like $50 or whatever it was, $500. It wasn't $5,000. So medical coding and billing is, again, key, that they're correct. It's correct. You have to be detail oriented. You like math and that type of thing. It's $17,000. It's 10 months, and then you become an integral part of a medical office. Pastry arts is a specialized program. Again, it's all on the website, yti.edu. And then respiratory therapy, one of the biggest programs in the country right now. Okay, and then our vet tech, working with the animals, big program. Steps to success. Again, these are the soft skills that we help train our students in. As far as time management, communication, things like that. Financial aid. Here's where Imagine America comes in and becomes really a strong partner with us. Is that, again, you can see my screen. This is the FSA ID. So a student with their parents will fill out they'll get their FSA ID, then they'll fill out their FAFSA, their free application for federal student aid. Then they will be meeting with our counselors, and then the counselors will work together with them. They'll be looking at things like it might be necessary to do a possible small loan, maybe not, maybe yes, whatever it is, but they'll get all of the federal aid that they can from the federal aid that they're qualified for. And then a key part of it is right there, Imagine America Foundation. And I don't have the time, but if I did, I could tell you many, many stories about how many students, because of the Imagine America, And I'm not just saying this because Lee and Bob are on the call. They are friends of mine. I've known them for years. We've done many of these presentations. But honestly, I mean, I would say this no matter what, is that the Imagine America Foundation has helped a lot of students fulfill their dreams. I've seen grown men cry, and I've seen people be just so encouraged because they said, this money that I'm getting from IA means I don't have to go out now and get a part-time job or extend my hours at McDonald's on my evening shift. This buys my tools. This makes me be able to do a little bit something different. It is a huge a partner with us, and we're very grateful to be working with them. We also have a Beacon Scholarship, which is a YTI, York Technical Institute Scholarship. So educational funding is key. It's what it's all about. I already talked a little bit about our application process. Classes are forming now, and we strongly encourage that your students apply quickly if this is something that they want to do. YTI.edu. The apply now application comes right up, and it intuitively takes them step by step through the process. And Lee, that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Jack. We are now going to open this up for the Q&A portion of our presentation. If you would like somebody to contact you regarding more information about how to present information like this to your students, please indicate so on the poll so that we know who to reach out to after this is over. Jack, the first question, this person wants to know about the FAFSA. Can students fill out a FAFSA in order to attend YTI?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Lee. We actually make it very easy. That's part of it. A lot of schools will just say, you know, here we are, here's our admissions process, here's how much the school costs, you know, go get your financial aid. Not us. That's why I emphasize that when the student gets into the application portal, once they do their application, we're still right there with you. And right there with the student. And then the student can do their FAFSA inside the portal. They go right back out, they go to the federal government to do it, but it's within our portal so that we can, you know, we can kind of walk them through step by step and helping them understand, you know, that step by step everything. They do it, we don't do it, that's illegal. But you know, of course we never do that. But we're there to give them the link, and so that they can do it on their own with us there.
Yeah,
backing them up. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I mean, you know, a lot of those forms and
Sure.
it's not the only form they got to fill out, and things get confusing. So it's nice to have help.
Sure.
Second question is about events. Now, do you have any events coming up on campus or any virtual events that students who might be interested could sign up for?
Yes, thanks, Lee. Right. If you're interested in having your students be spoken, you know, if you want a presentation or a virtual tour or an in-person tour, we can give you just about anything that you want as a counselor. Just go to yti.edu, go to your information. There's an information page for high school, specifically for high school guidance counselors, and you can book a presentation in right there, and we'll be available to service you.
Hey, this is Bob coming back in. The
Yeah.
next question, you did a great job in laying out the link to the program, the tuition, and the potential earning and opportunities in each one of these different occupations. The question here is, can you give us a little bit of more insight on how those particular numbers, the tuition, length of program, may compare to a traditional community college or a local technical school?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what we see oftentimes is we'll see a lot of students come right out of high school, and they know, as you guys know, you live it, and all the guests on the call with us today, is that they just come right out and they say, I love animals, I want to be a vet tech, no, just going to do it, and they jump right in. Sometimes they go to a year or 2 years of a community college. Sometimes I've seen so many students go, and they go 1 or 2 years of college, and they say, it's taking too long, it's costing too much, I can't afford it anymore, and then they'll come to us. So yeah, it's a shorter program, it's a lot less expensive, and then when they come out, they have an actual trade. I see so many students. One comes to mind right now, and it's nothing against philosophy. I love philosophy. I took it in college like we all did, but the parents had a son that took philosophy, and he couldn't get a job, and so he came back. He took electrical, and you know, he's doing that. But so yeah, I mean, you got to find what your passion is, but you also have to make money. So
right. So if for the benefit of our audience,
yes.
if you're a highly motivated individual student that knows what they want to do, and they want to get in and get out and get working, and it which is really what they used to call, when I did economics, opportunity cost. So if you want to
Yes.
get out and get working and do what your passion is, YTI is pretty good opportunity for them, right?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, it is, and and that's why I say, I'm sure everybody that's on the call here, it's changed a lot. A lot of people used to say, "Oh, well, Jack, he's in the bottom, quarter of the class. He's not that great. He'll probably go on to one of these technical schools." Yeah, well, a lot of times we're seeing a lot of graduates out there now. They own a house. Literally, they're 25, 26 years old. They already have their house. They've got a beautiful pickup truck with diamond plate on it, and they're an HVAC technician, and they're making all the money that they want to make, and they overtime. They can just work as much as they want.
Yeah. That's great. I think it's really important for our audience to know that it's a really good opportunity, and there's a cost. It's in the long run, if you look at it, it's cheaper.
Sure.
You want to do, get in and do it, and get out and just start making. And for all those parents that might be listening to this, you get your kid out there, and he's not earning as much debt, and he's into an occupation, making good money, and he's self-sufficient, which is what we try to do as parents. Hey, before we close, let me go into some logistics for our audience, the benefit of our audience. The foundation is going to compile and move forward a complete set of all the questions that were brought up, and any that come in after we close down this session. We'll send it out to all the registrants. The foundation has recorded this session and will forward that particular recording to all the registrants. I really urge you, personally, to take a second listen to the presentation. I always find that I go back and I miss something the first time through. Having the recording, having it online gives you the opportunity to go back and listen to it again. We've placed this session on our website, www.imagine-america.org, with download instructions. It's very easy to use. Lee, the colleague here at the foundation, is going to be conducting a survey of all the registrants. Really hope that you'll take a few minutes just to fill it out and give us some ideas on the topic and anything that you'd like to give us feedback on for this session. Before we close, I'd like to thank all the participants, the educators that took time out of their very busy schedule. We know that you've got a lot of competing interests pulling on your schedule. We just appreciate carving a little bit of time out for Lee, Jack, and myself to listen to today's presentation. Also like to thank Jack Burke for sharing with us today's presentation, and encourage you to contact him directly with any further questions with his email, or go to with any questions relative to YTI, relative to trade schools, federal FAFSA, if that's what you need. On behalf of the Manage America Foundation, Lee Doubleday, and myself, thank you for joining us, and have a great day. Goodbye.